Hi, I am Signe Forsgaard from Denmark. I am a second-year China concentrator here at SAIS, and with me today I have Professor Zartman, who is Emeritus Professor at the Conflict Management Department here at SAIS. Okay, so to change to a different region, the problems in the Middle East or the evolving events in the Middle East.
Yes.
What can the international society do as a third party, and maybe in terms of institutions, international institutions, or maybe what can someone like the US do? I'm still not entirely convinced about the unbiased or the having a third party that is biased coming and bridging between negotiating with two parties. I'm just wondering if it's better if we just stay out of it and let
Oh, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. In that particular case, it's best to stay out of it in two kinds of situations. When the good guy is winning, and the good guy, by our definition.
That's the goal.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Right. So we stayed out of it in Tunisia, we stayed out of it, we gradually stayed out of it in Egypt. Because we identified ourselves with the democratic forces, or democratizing forces, or I just invented a word in something I'm writing called the democratistic forces. That is, not really democratic, but moving that way. That's when we stay out of it. We stay out of it when we don't belong there. And that's again a judgment call. Place where we don't belong, for example, at the moment is Libya. The good guy is not winning. Nobody's winning for the moment, although the bad guy seems to be doing a little better than the good guys are. This is all subjective. I mean, whom we call good or bad, you understand, as you yourself have said. But what we'd like to see probably happen, since the good guys are not winning out and out in Libya, what we'd like to see happen is perhaps the two sides get into a stalemate, and then we can come in and help them negotiate. But no, we should stay out of it.
But it sounds kind of patronizing, saying you ought to interfere if the good guy is not winning. Okay, in the case of Libya, I think very few people would argue that Gaddafi is a good guy, but who's the good guy in a Taiwan-China conflict? Is it not better just simply to stop bridging between parties when we?
Well, I mean, it's your own example. It's clear to us who the good guy is in China, Taiwan. I mean, we are committed to the protection of the Taiwanese, and we're historically committed just as we are to Israel, for example. So we think the good guy needs us. And what if we weren't there? Things would be bad for the good guy. And so we are needed there in that case to equalize, to protect, to mediate, to work out, help work out positive solutions to small parts of the problem. I mean, look at it, the Taiwan-China problem, the heck with your atomic bombs and missiles. The Taiwan-China problem has been handled very well by the two parties.
I agree.
And it's handled very well by the two parties because the bigger party knows that it can't just have its own way, that it can't just take over. Why? Because of Taiwan? No, because we're there. And so, again, they're in a stalemate, if you will, and so they work on little parts of the problem together, and they're doing quite well. I wrote something in a book that came out recently, and this China's not my area, but saying that what we should do in this area is just to stay in the background and help as long as the two sides bit by bit work out little pieces. That is, how do you trade? How do you get a visa? How do you visit your family? And this kind of thing that they're handling very, very successfully. And they've handled, the parties have handled things rather successfully in Tunisia and in Egypt, and we're watching some of the other countries as well.
So, Professor Zartman, thank you very much for a lovely conversation, for sorting out the world, and I look forward to our next chat.
Thanks for your good questions.